Hey, United family, it's the McMillan family here. I'm Greg, and this is my wife Audrey. And so we were asked to provide you all information or advice on how to keep your marriages alive and successful. So, some of the things that we do as the McMillan family here, we're going to talk about over the next couple of minutes. Our number one thing is definitely God, keeping God as the priority in our marriage and in our lives, because He is the main reason why we're together. And so we make it a point to always talk about how God has worked through our lives. We share stories, we share experiences on how God has blessed us and how He's used us to bless others. And so that is the number one thing that we do to keep our marriage alive and successful.
The second thing that we do is we make sure to talk to each other about how our days went. So a lot of things happen throughout the day, and since we spend the majority of our time at work, when we come back together at the end of work, we make sure that we hug each other before we leave and when we get back and discuss what happened throughout the day. There are things that he experienced during the day that I can learn from and vice versa. So we make sure that we keep the lines of communication open in that sense.
So another thing that we do is we conduct monthly talks. At least once a month, we sit down together and we talk about the goods and the bads. Some of the things that we've done well over the last month, and then some of the things that we can probably work on for the next month. And so I think it's important that we do that at least once a month or just on a regular basis, because it gives us a good idea of where we are in our marriage.
Another thing that we practice in our marriage is patience. So being married, we are no longer the priority. There's another person that we have to think about. So remembering that we can't only push our agenda anymore, that we need to consider the other in our plans and actions.
All right, lastly, and probably one of the most important things that we do to keep our marriage alive, besides keeping God as a number one priority, is definitely laughter. We love laughing with each other, especially when we talk about our awkward moments of the day, aka A-mods. It's always fun to come home at the end of the day and tell each other all the awkward encounters and all the awkward moments that we had throughout the day with other people in the solitude of our home. It definitely keeps the laughter going in our marriage. So there you have it. Those are some of the things that we do here in the McMillan household to keep our marriage alive and successful. So thank you for listening. I hope you all have been blessed. We enjoyed talking about it. God bless.